Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Prisoners of the Ghostland. Alright, cast and crew information down below, and let's get this IMDb plot out of the way. A notorious criminal must break an evil curse in order to rescue an abducted girl who has mysteriously disappeared. Alright, this is a new one, so we'll try to be as spoiler free as possible. This is another Nick Cage movie, and he's certainly been on a roll. Um, I was having a Twitter conversation with somebody the other day who also reviewed this movie, and they mentioned Pig, which is another recent movie by him, and I mentioned to them back, I said, are these movies only being made just because he's taking these roles? I mean, would they be made uh, if he said no? Um, or do they find somebody else to do this? I mean, I don't know. Some of the roles he's taken over the last couple of years, and some of these, horror movies slash maybe genre films, Pig, I wouldn't say was a totally horror movie. I mean, it had a moment or two. Um, but then there was Wally's Wonderland and Mandy and just I don't know. I don't know what he's going for. I don't know if he ever says no. If you have a bizarre project film out there uh, with a good enough budget and you can afford, I don't know what his going rate is, but if you could afford him, I would say take your script to him and see. Um, he's certainly going to draw an audience, and I'm not saying this because I'm not a fan of his. I'm just wondering, uh, you know, does he really say no to projects, or not, or just I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's gonna tip you off to say what I've said probably about the last couple of movies I've reviewed for him, and that this is another strange movie, um, with some odd moments and just I guess a Nick Cage movie, what you would expect. So here you have him, and he's the criminal that's mentioned here. And at the beginning, it opens up with him robbing a bank with another guy here, and another weird scene. And in the middle of the bank robbery, I guess it comes to a point where there's this little boy, and he's just gotten some. He's standing in front of the big giant gumball machine, and he's all happy and so forth. And he kind of turns. He's kind of oblivious to what is going on here with his bank robbery, and he kind of turns, and the guy that Nick Cage is with, is pulled his gun on several people, and kind of turns towards the kid, and that's kind of like a make or break moment here, and then it kind of breaks away, and then jumps into where um, Nick Cage is now, at some point after this bank robbery. Um, of course, it's going to flash back to this bank robbery a couple of times as we go, and show you how it unfolded, and that's going to play a role in the events going forward. I won't say anything more about that because that would be a spoiler. Um, but then Nick Cage is I guess you'll know right away that the bank robbery didn't go well. He's obviously caught, and he's actually taken back out of jail when the governor of this land or place, whatever, um, needs Nick Cage to go and rescue this girl of interest for him. Um, and it's it's kind of where the bizarreness starts. Um, Bill Moseley plays the governor here, and let me just say, he does a terrific job. Just a very fitting role for him. Um, and another person who's not afraid of the strange, I guess, either. But he does a terrific job, and he comes out, and he's dressed kind of in his cowboy suit, and it's I'm not sure where it is, but it's obviously an Asian crowd background somewhere in Asia. So there's a lot of Asians there, and obviously Nick Cage and the governor here, Bill Moseley, stand out because they're white guys here, and but they're in a crowd of people, and they drag Nick Cage out, and the governor goes through this whole long speech, and it's a long scene here of kind of telling Nick Cage basically what his options are, what he's going to do, and basically he has no choice. And some of the goons behind him, they have swords and guns all pointed at Nick Cage, and um, apparently they're ready to just go at him, given permission. Um, and the governor has one main bad guy that I guess is his main protector as well. Um, and they basically make Nick Cage put on the suit, and it has several specific points on it where it will explode if he doesn't do certain things. He's got X amount of time to accomplish this mission, otherwise these things are going to explode, and that just adds to the craziness that's about to begin. Um, they give him a car. He has this car to go, but instead he decides to do something else. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's a really funny scene. Um, what he decides to do instead. Um, but then I guess he has to travel off, and he goes into the Ghostland here, and another strange territory with strange things happening, and he has to find this girl, and nothing really makes sense in this Ghostland, and there's some rules and so forth, and supposedly once you get there, you can't get out, and it's not going to take long. He does find the girl and so forth. I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling anything. It wouldn't be an adventure here if he didn't find the girl. So, but then he obviously has to try to find his way out. Um, I'll kind of leave the plot there, so I don't spoil anything else. Um, but again, it is just full of just weird stuff, and like I said, every time then at points you get the feeling that Nick Cage is a good fighter, but then at points you're like maybe not, or how is he, and why aren't some of the bad guys taking him out quicker? I don't know. It was just weird. Um, and just the expressions, and then some of the things. There are some funny moments, like with his suit. Let's just say, they kind of, when he puts it on, the governor makes him think that, he's really going to get blown up in a bad way here. But, um, there will be certain explosions, but they're not like life threatening. So he does live through them. So you'll get to see one or two of them are actually kind of funny. Um, and painful. Um, and obviously, you're going to get a big showdown towards the end. Another wild, crazy scene. And, there's going to be some mystery behind the girl that he's got to rescue. And just some mystery with her. There's some mystery with the Ghostland. And obviously, what. Who she really is, and who she really is to not only herself, but to the governor, um, and like I said, the other character you're going to find out, the other person in the bank with Nick Cage is you're going to find out more about that person as well. This is all going to come together. But just a lot of weird stuff happening. It's just not a straightforward movie where, okay, we're going to send Nick Cage and his character in and rescue this girl, and, it's not, a straightforward action movie. He's going to go in, he's going to kick some ass and come out. He is going to kick some ass, but there's just going to be a lot of weird stuff going on, and he's going to meet some weird people along the way. And like I said, the Ghostland is a special territory with weird things happening as its own. We a couple of different weird groups in there, and Nick Cage is gonna have to do a couple of different things to get himself and the girl out. But yeah, I guess like I think I've said on the last couple of things I've reviewed for him, it's just strange, just weird. Like you just don't get a straightforward movie, and and I guess that makes it different. A lot of people are looking for different. They don't want the same thing. They don't want to just see Nick Cage go and rescue a girl and nothing different happen. So I guess if that's what you're looking for, then maybe that's what you'll get here. I guess like I said, he does a good job. Bill Moseley does a good job in his character. The girl, she does a fine job. There's nothing wrong with the acting. It's shot well. Like I said, they use some couple of good locations, and everything along those lines. It's just these weird elements that nothing is kind of straightforward and so forth. And again, that's fine. But to me, it's just I don't know. It's just a little off for me in my taste. I don't mind something being strange, but I don't know. I just don't see why you can't do something a little bit more towards the normal. But whatever. So with that, I mean, I didn't think there was anything extra great about the movie. There was some good action. There was some humor here and there. But I didn't think anything. It was super special at that. So with that, I'm gonna stop saying how weird this is and just call it a 2.5 pools of blood somewhere. That's out of 5. That's basically somewhere in the middle there. Maybe some people like it a little bit more because of that weirdness. Maybe some people won't like it as much because they don't want that weirdness. I guess I'm kind of in the middle. But there's some things to like here, and then there's a bunch of weird stuff. So that's basically what it boils down to. So with that, 2.5 pools of blood, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it's not, IMDb listed as action, horror, sci-fi, thriller. So yeah, I mean it's not huge on the horror here. They are Ghostland, and I guess that leads to the mystery and so forth, blah blah. But it's not jump scare-ish. It's not. I don't even think it's that bloody and whatever you do. When they have the fight scenes, you already see a lot of people die, but it's not bloody for gory sake here. It is the kind of typical action blood. You just see someone die and that's it. And so yeah, that's what you're getting here. I don't know if that helps or not, but that's the story here. So subscribe, and if you want more of these video reviews, if you're looking for some of the written reviews, horrorsgoryreviews.blogspot.com. You can find the written reviews. All the video reviews are there as well. But if you're interested in written ones, there's tons there, going way back. Facebook, Twitter, you can find that information down below as well. If you want to reach out to me there, talk about this movie, other movies, something you want me to review, it's a great place to do that. Twitter's probably a little better than Facebook, but whatever. Also, feel free to leave a message in the comment section about this video. You want to talk about the movie, or again, you want to just reach out to me there. I check them from time to time, so that is all good. So I'm going to try not to be a prisoner of this review anymore and move on to the next one. So I'll catch you on the next review, horror fans.